Hey, welcome to A Few Minutes with Jesus. Let me ask you a question. If you had a company, would you hire a kid directly out of high school to run everything in the company, to run the day-to-day operations of the whole company? The answer to that is no. Because if you hired somebody directly out of school, you would expect them to start at a lower level. Maybe you're having mowing grass, sweeping the floors, doing those kind of things, learning the business, working themselves up so that they can be responsible with the bigger things. The reality is if you can't trust them to mow the grass, how can you trust them to maintain inventory? If you can't trust them to keep the floors clean, how are you going to trust them to make sure that the employees are paid? And if they're dishonest, maybe they're supposed to be out mowing grass and they go over in the corner somewhere and fall asleep. If they're dishonest in a little, they're going to be dishonest with much. And the scriptures say the same thing. In Luke chapter 16, verse 10, it says, if you can be trusted with a little, you can be trusted with much. But if you're dishonest with a little, you'll be dishonest with much. And so I want to encourage you because, God is trusting you with things along your journey. You may not think that it's much, but if you can't be trusted with the little things, He's never going to be able to trust you with the big things. Sometimes we want to be able to go out and change the world. We want to go out and make this great impact, but yet we can't even tell our friends about Jesus. How are you going to change the world if you can't even change the people around you? If you can't be trusted with just that little bit, you'll never be trusted with much. So, hey, just remember, He loves you and He wants you to be able to do the little things because then He can use you for the big things. So just remember, He loves you. So do I. Be blessed, my friends.